Hi guys, I'm Rebecca. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna talk about the first week of 75 Hard and how it has helped me, what I've learned, and so let's get into it. The number one lesson that I have learned this week from the 75 Hard program is that I am a complete liar, and this has been holding back my progress. The number one lie I've been telling myself is I can't do this. Like, I can't reach my goals. I can't lift heavy. I can't run a whole 5K. I can't eat in a calorie deficit. I can't. And the list goes on and on and on. But that is not the truth. And if you are lying to yourself and telling yourself you can't do this, stop. Just because you can. I never thought I would make it through these 7 days of 75 Hard this week with all these tasks, but I did it and I'm so much better for it. And I hope that you take the plunge and do this program as well. So I am the only one stopping me from reaching my goals. I'm the only one lying to myself. I can do this. So you know how we say that secrets keep you sick? Well, secrets also keep you fat. So you can't lie your way through recovery, and you cannot lie your way to building muscle and losing fat. It's just not possible. You can't help yourself unless you start being honest, and your sponsor can't help you unless you're completely honest with them as well. So the question that lies is, how do we find the solution? We just assess the things that we're doing wrong and we correct them, but we have to be brutally honest about what we're doing and what we need to do to fix them. And sometimes that can be really hard to face these truths about ourselves that are holding us back from reaching our goals. But I have some examples I'd like to share from my own journey with you guys, and hopefully you can take something from that and it will help you along your way. So the first thing I was doing wrong is incorrectly tracking my macros. Sure, some of that wasn't intentional, but a lot of it was intentional. The intentional things were things that I was doing and I was completely full of shit. Like, I knew it and I had to throw those out the window to make some progress on my goals. And I'm sure there's something that you're lying to yourself about, or believing, or talking yourself into believing. So for me, I was incorrectly tracking my macros. A lower calorie option than I was actually eating. I'll post this over here. It's like the little choice from my Fitness Pal. I would make these homemade protein balls, and there were options for 150 to 200 calories, but there are these homemade ones, which you'll see it says 63 or 65 calories per piece, and I would So I would pick the lower calorie option, but I knew damn well that I used half a jar of peanut butter on them, so they couldn't be 63 calories, and I knew it was wrong. So now, if I really want to be in a calorie deficit and I really want to lose that fat, I need to be precise. That comes down to also not weighing and not measuring my food. Just use a measuring cup, a measuring spoon, get a scale. I know it's extra work, but you're worth it. You want to be correct in what you're doing, or you're not going to get the results that you want. Just why put the effort in to work a step if you're not going to do it fully or correctly? Because we want to get better here, right? You want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I want to build muscle. And whatever your goals are, you're going to have to be rigorously honest with yourself to reach them. I would also forget to track everything. I would sometimes track at the end of the day, and I would forget to add something that I ate. So I believed that I was in a calorie deficit, but I really wasn't. So, and that wasn't intentional, that was actually forgetting. So just track, like, right when you eat it, or maybe have like a food journal and write it down. That way at the end of the day you could go back and track it all correctly. Sometimes I found that actually helps me. Writing it down is just, it's more real and more final to me, so I can actually, I don't know, just makes me realize exactly what I'm eating more than just tapping something into my phone. Also, I would rely on whatever restaurant said that their calories were, but now I just take the extra day, I meal prep for the week, and it's easier to be accurate, and I don't have to rely on someone else. I just know what I'm putting into my body, and it has made a huge difference. I never would have probably realized that without the 75 Hard program, because I would have just thought that my way was fine and what I wanted to do was fine. But my way was obviously not working, so why try something else? Or why not try something else? Just like in recovery, if you do the same thing, you're going to get the same results. And I want different results. I want to build muscle, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to do that. And you can do the same thing. And you know, if you've never ever tracked before, you know that you do not know what a tablespoon is, and that you don't know what 2 or 3 ounces of meat is. So just track, weigh, measure, be precise, and be in a calorie deficit, and you will get the results that you. The number 2 mistake that I was making, I was believing that I was drinking a whole gallon of water, but I wasn't. What I did was I went and got just a water jug. Well, I ordered it off of Amazon, and I fill that up at night, put it in the fridge so it's cold, and I just take that to work with me, or if I'm home, and leave it in the fridge and pour it. But I would just count so many bottles. Just don't believe that that's accurate, or I might forget a bottle that way, or forget to write it on my Post-it note taped to my bottle. But this way I know that I am drinking a gallon of water. It's easy, it's simple. Keep it simple and you can't go wrong, right? So I would take the ice and fill out my 40 ounce cup, and I would drink that cup, and I would count it as 40 ounces, but actually there was ice in there, and there wasn't really that much water. It seems silly and like a small thing, but having integrity and not lying to myself is super important, and it just has given me a lot of confidence in my life, and it seeped through into other areas of my life, not just health-wise, but also relationships. I was lying about my consistency. I would really think that I was going to the gym and lifting 3 times a week, but sometimes my weeks would end up being 10 days instead of 7, or they would overlap. I track on an app, I manually write it down, and I'm not lying to myself. And the consistency, I'm hitting PRs like crazy. It makes such a big difference, and you might not even realize that you're not hitting those workouts like you really believe that you are. Or maybe you're perfect and you do hit your workouts, and that's awesome. So I, on the other hand, was not before I started tracking in my app and writing it down, and now I'm seeing results. But I had to learn that I was lying to myself about doing those things. So 75 Hard has given me so much, but this week 1 lesson is that secrets keep you fat. It is amazing what honesty can manufacture. not only does it feel good to have integrity, but I can look at myself in the mirror now and know that I'm doing my best to not can to reach the goals that I want, instead of half-assing doing something, half measures, and not wanting to look in the mirror because I wasn't proud of who I was or what I was doing. Just like when you first get sober and you start to look in the mirror and take pride in what you look like you know you need a haircut, but it didn't really bother you before, but now it bothers you because those things matter, and you matter. You are worth it. You can definitely do this if this is something that you want to do. If you're thinking about 75 hard, just start tomorrow, do it. Another thing I was doing that was a lie was not setting a timer for my runs or my walks. Now, on the days when I use the Nike running app, fine. But sometimes I wouldn't set a timer and I would be like, oh, I started at 1:30, so I'm done at 2:15, but maybe somebody stopped me on the way out the door and I talked to them, or I forgot my sunglasses and I ran back in to get them, and now I'm 4 minutes behind or whatever. But setting a timer is a way that I have ensured that I would get all of my time in that I wanted to put in that 45 minutes for the outdoor workout. And now I know that if I set this timer, it's going to be exactly 45 minutes and we're all good. Another simple thing that I should have been doing from jump, just to make sure that I was getting that time in. I also will now schedule my outdoor workouts, so I know that this time is set aside, it's allotted for it, and I have ample time. Because sometimes I would be in a hurry and I would think oh, it's only 42 minutes, I can squeeze it in. But really, that wasn't 45 minutes, I was lying, and so I started the program over and did it the correct way, and it has made just such a difference. If you're gonna do it the right way, or don't do it at all. There's no shame in not doing it. Just if you're going to do it the right way. Hopefully this helps you realize that you might be doing these small, tiny little things that are lying to yourself and they're keeping you back from your progress, because I know that before this program, I was completely full of shit in a lot of ways, and now I am proud of myself and the work that I put in to reach my goals, and so can you. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.